right, good morning. It's time. Well, welcome to Trivia with 5280. I'm your host, Tony Frangella from 5280 Adventures. We're live every Sunday evening on YouTube and Facebook. And I just want to say a warm welcome to those joining us on our newest streaming platform of Rumble. We're happy to have you on from Rumble. So Trivia with 5280 is a 10-round quiz show with questions from 4 topics of emphasis: metal detecting, treasure hunting, U.S. history, and numismatics. For those of you that are out there watching this episode, whether it's live or on the replay, if you guys have a trivia-related question and you wish to submit it over to us, just send it over to our crew over at triviawith5280@gmail.com with the subject line viewer trivia question. If your submission makes it on the show, you will see your name posted on the question, and then you can brag about it to all your friends. Make sure you charge high dollar amounts for autographs. All the contestants participating on the show tonight have been asked not to watch or interact with the live chat, but those watching live with us tonight are encouraged to play along and answer the questions. But if you are playing along at home, just FYI, your scores will not count towards crowning a winner here today, but just have some fun, and then let's just see who knows their trivia. And with that, we're on to the game of trivia. Play that intro, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
This is it, folks. This is what it's all about. One game. This is for all of marbles.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Have a nice day.
You suck, you jackass.
Good morning, everybody. We got a whole bunch of cool people here today. We got DK from Adventures in Dirt.
Hello, hello.
Steph Diggs.
Hello.
Happy to have you on. Cindy, and you guys know her from Stealth Digger. Cindy.
Hi, guys.
What's up, Cindy?
Yep. Zach Metzger from Great Outdoors Detecting.
Howdy.
Hello, Zach.
Howdy. Michael Vogt from Metal Detecting NoCo.
Vogt.
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 I appreciate you guys coming on tonight. You guys ready for some trivia? Who's first off predictions? Who's gonna be the smartest here tonight?
Cindy.
Stef.
Cindy.
It
Tony.
really depends on the questions.
Tony.
I love the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, like who knows who's actually pointing where? I don't know.
Let me see. If I go this way, it's Steph. This way, if I go this way, it's Michael. Okay, now there you go. I got it.
All right, guys, we're gonna kick off trivia with slide number 1. Let's go.
The answer is...
What was George Washington's favorite hobby outside of politics and military service? Was it A, playing the violin, B, gardening and farming, C, painting portraits, or D, writing poetry?
We got everyone over on private chat, right?
Yep. Everybody's writing. Steph is studying the question here.
Yeah, me too. I'm rereading
really
it.
blanking on this one, not gonna lie.
Zach knew it right away.
Oh, you know it.
Michael's writing something obscene. What was George Washington's favorite hobby outside of politics and military service? Was he playing the violin, gardening and farming, painting portraits, or writing poetry? Everybody got your answers?
I guess so.
Yep.
I guess so. All right. Let's see. Show the answers here. DK says B. Steph says D, poetry. Michael, Zach, and Cindy say B as well. The answer was B, gardening and farming.
Ow.
Gardening and farming.
Right.
Over in the chat, the first person to get that answer right was Thin Blue Diggers, Nick. Ding,
All right.
ding,
Good job, Nick.
Congratulations.
Hey, here's a quick fact about George Washington. Did you know he was not a fan of shaking hands? He considered it too informal and preferred bowing as a respectful greeting. So I guess when you entered his garden, then you had to bow to him or something. I don't know.
So the only way I knew that answer is, so Ken, you were in Washington, D.C. recently, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So have you been to Mount Vernon?
I did not make it to Mount Vernon.
So he has a gigantic like farm on his plantation there. That's the only way I knew. If you've been to Mount Vernon, he has like so much land around there that he used for farming and gardens and all sorts of stuff. So
there you go. I was just like, poetry? No, I probably would have been familiar with some of that, as being George's poetry
or
and
painting.
the other ones.
I'll just say he had a very poetic way of writing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I've read some of the.
And
letters.
Michael, hold up your answers again. What kind of growing did you think he was into?
He wasn't growing that.
That is a well-established fact. He grew hemp.
He was a hemp farmer. Right?
You would keep that as a DL like a couple of years ago. Talk about 250 years ago. I don't think it's something that would have come up in everyday conversation.
That's
so
true.
I didn't know he was from Colorado. Look at that.
Well, there you go.
All right. Let's go to question 2, guys.
There we go.
All right. Back to private chat.
Private chat.
Number 2. What famous battle did Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer and his 7th Cavalry Forces fight on June 25th to June 26th of 1876? It's famous. Sorry, Michael. I had some history questions in here. You got the first one right.
Who's keeping track? Who's keeping score?
Once I hit the 19th century, I'm screwed.
I think we should keep track of our own scores.
Yeah, you guys want to put tick marks on your board or something if you get it right?
DK did really well last week.
Put marks on our board
famous?
so we get it right.
Yeah, just put it at the top or something. What famous battle did Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer and his 7th Cavalry Forces fight on June 25th through the June 26th of 1876? Stef's overthinking it again. Don't show it yet, Cindy. Don't give it. Nope. You ready? Does everybody have an answer?
No.
Not confident in it, but got an answer. All right, show your answers. What do we got? DK says Bighorn. Steph says brain fart. Michael says Battle of Custer. Zach says Bighorn. Cindy says Bighorn. The answer was the Battle of Little Bighorn. Good job, DK, Cindy, and Zach.
Oh, for 2, guys. This is actually surprising me.
We'll get out of the history ones.
Robert Thompson over on the chat got that one right.
Good job,
he was
Robert.
the first one to jump in there. Good job, Robert.
So there's a prize if we make it to the
Isn't
end.
it
All correct,
Custer's
right?
Last Stand?
It was Custer's Last Stand, yes. Zach, you'll get a huge
Was it Custer's
attaboy.
Last Stand?
Yes.
Wrong button.
You're going to win a treasure duck.
Here's a quick fact about this battle. At the Battle of Little Bighorn in 1876, not a single soldier from Custer's battalion survived. However, a few non-human participants did. The most famous was Comanche, a horse from the 7th Cavalry, who was found wounded but alive. Comanche was later honored as a war hero and allowed to live out his days at Fort Riley in Kansas.
Wow.
Not too far from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Not
Zach,
too
you
far
ever
from
think,
Zach.
Zach, you ever found anything from the Iowa 7th?
I know. So maybe Garrett would be a better one to answer that question because we found a lot of shell casings like on the Smoky Hill Trail that I think Garrett talked about being from that company, but I'd have to follow up with you on that.
We assisted some archaeologists up at the Battle of Julesburg here in Colorado, up in northern Colorado, and the Iowa 7th was out there at Camp Rankin or
Fort Sedgwick.
Fort Sedgwick, right? Later
I do know.
Rankin, but
I
we
do
found
know
some shell
before
casings, some old Gallagher round cartridges. So.
Yeah, we found some Gallaghers. Yeah, so we found stuff, I guess, from because before Custer was out there in Little Bighorn, in the late '60s, he was on the Smoky Hill Trail, and they set up a fort. I don't know if I can say the name, but they set up a fort on the Smoky Hill Trail that we've gotten to hunt, and so the 7th Cavalry was all through Kansas too.
That's
very
awesome.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, after I pulled this, I started doing a little bit more research about Little Bighorn, and that is an interesting battle. Very, very interesting. Probably not one of our better moments in U.S. history, for sure. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's go to number 3. Let's see. You guys
Hey,
ready?
real quick, if you're on Facebook, you want to take that away real quick. If you're on Facebook watching us tonight, what do they need to do, Tony? Do you have that so that we can recognize them in chat?
I don't.
You don't have that? Okay.
Nope,
You have to
I'm
like
sorry.
accept some
I'll put
kind of
that.
agreement or something, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I'll do that next week. My apologies.
Very good.
Yeah. Otherwise, we just see you as Facebook user
Yeah.
and not your name and picture. So if it asks you to accept something or whatever, just do that, and then we can see who you are. All right, let's go to 3.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. What are the names of all 5 movies in this epic series about the quest to find treasure? You guys ready for this one? This is an audio one. You ready? I need the names of all 5 movies. This one's going to take a little bit.
Damn.
Oh, I got one.
Names of all 5 movies. This is treasure hunting. You guys should know this one.
Yeah.
Man, all 5? Come on.
All
How about
5.
3 out of 5?
One off the top of my head. I am not doing well.
How about best out of 5?
That's we'll see how you do. There's some leniency here.
You know, the people in the live chat, it's just a competition to see who can type the fastest at this point.
They're not doing as well as you guys would think.
I'll have to jump over there after.
Like the 7 dwarves, and I'm having such a brain fart again that I
The
can
7
only
dwarves?
something I actually know too, and it's
Ooh, I should.
Yep.
Okay. It's definitely a good idea.
I believe there was 5.
oh,
Oh, now wait. Now you're not sure. Wikipedia got it wrong.
You know what? There might be 4. I was questioning myself.
I only have 3.
There's 4. My
I know.
apologies.
this is wow.
There's 4.
I didn't
Yeah, I had
expect
to
to
double
not
check
so
it.
bad at this, but man, I'm really
Yes. 4. My apologies.
I got 2.
The crew that's helping me, they're gonna get a noogie for that one.
I got answers.
Told you not to use AI, Tony.
I have 4 answers.
Right?
oh man.
People are saying there's 5.
There's 5, huh? Hmm.
Okay.
There, you know what? There are 5. My apologies. All right, I've really screwed this question up. I was trying to go all audio and high tech.
It's okay. I'm gonna screw up the answer really bad.
There's 5 of them.
No, you did good.
Just looking.
Does everybody have 5?
Yeah, I got 5.
Now that I
No.
confirmed that there's 5.
But
We got 5 now.
Okay.
oh my God.
All right. Let's see how we did, guys. Show me your answers.
Okay.
One.
All right, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Crystal Skull, Temple of Doom, Last Hope, and Revenge of the Sith. No. Temple of Doom. Zach says Indiana Jones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I
That's
don't
the
feel so
greatest
bad
answer.
Wow, look at Cindy said the same thing. Temple,
And the
Sleepy, Dopey,
stone.
Grumpy. All right.
Yep. So
I think
Yeah,
Zach
man,
was the only
Zach
one that
got
got
it
it right. Zach got
Yeah,
it
I
right.
think
definitely.
about that.
So we do have the first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Second was Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Third, which was my favorite, The Last Crusade, Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Fourth one was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which was absolutely hideous.
Oh.
And then
Yeah, 3 of them.
the last one was Dial of Destiny.
Not Revenge of the Sith?
Wasn't Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, man.
Wrong series.
Darn it.
All right. Indiana Jones's signature look, the fedora, leather jacket, and whip were inspired by the classic adventure film serials of the 1930s and 1940s, which director Steven Spielberg and writer George Lucas loved as kids. His whip was chosen as a non-lethal weapon to add to his cleverness, and his fear of snakes was added to make him more human and relatable.
Mm.
Yeah,
Very cool.
that was a tough one.
Last night I was at we stopped and have a bite to eat at Cracker Barrel, and they had these Indiana Jones hats in there, like really, really nice leather ones and really cool ones, some canvas ones and stuff. And I was like, I think I'm going to get one of those, man. They're pretty cool. But then I thought, now my friends will laugh at me probably if I show up. A digging partner.
Yeah, we're going to laugh at you for sure. Because you thought Revenge of the Sith was Indiana Jones.
Relic Digger says he's doing pretty crappy. He's only 1 for 3 tonight so far.
Yeah, these ones are tough. I kind of stepped up the game a little bit tonight. So,
Yeah.
All right, let's move to number 4. We're going to change it a little bit. We're actually going to go to metal detecting. I figured you guys might know a little bit more about metal detecting.
Private chat.
God, I hope so.
Right.
Really.
Totally going to cheat on these.
All right, here we go. Question number 4. What are the names of the 2 main characters in the TV show Detectorists?
I only
Cindy,
binge watched it 3 times.
rolled your eyes at me on that one. Steph knew that one, huh?
Oh God, yes. I don't know what that says
See?
about me, but
It says something incredible.
I love that show. I've watched it all the way through twice. I watched that Christmas special, the one that was like,
Yeah.
I just love it. And I tell everybody I meet that will lend me
You
an
gotta
ear
watch
about
it.
detecting
Yep.
that it is a show you must watch, even if you don't metal detect. It's
Yep.
not about that. It's just it's so sweetly funny. I love that show. I can watch it all the time, over and over.
I think we stumped Zach on this one too.
Really?
It's on the tip of my tongue. I've heard the names before.
I'll even
Did you
accept
watch the
just the
show?
first names.
Did you
I've
watch
never
the
actually
show?
watched the show. I've seen little clips of it, but
Okay.
Cindy, have
Everybody
you,
got
Oh,
answers?
you must.
Yeah, Cindy knew
I don't
right
have any
away.
answers.
Cindy, have you ever saw the show?
Oh, twice.
Names came right to me
It's so
immediately.
funny.
All right, guys, reveal your answers. Steph says Lance and Andy. DK says Beavis and Butthead. Cindy says Nada. Zach Nada. Michael Nada. Wow, Steph.
Steph pulls it out.
It's like,
Anthony.
oh my God, what is that? 5 or
I looked at the live chat and I still got it wrong.
That's the fourth answer.
So the characters
Somebody said
named were
Ken and
Andy,
Tony.
Lance,
Andy Stone.
Lance is the little dude who swings the CTX, maybe to compensate. I don't know. And then the Deus.
How about Andy Stone and Lance Stater?
Oh,
Those are their full
Stater.
names.
Perfect.
Who
Yeah,
got it
see?
right first in the live chat?
That'd be Robert Thompson. Ding, ding, ding.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Ding, ding, ding.
Good job, Robert.
And
Fun
Steve
fact
Ken
about
and Tony.
this?
the
Ken and Tony, did you guys sit under that actual tree?
No.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
One that looked just like it, I'll tell you that.
The show's creator and lead actor Mackenzie Crook and plays Andy Stone as a passionate amateur metal detectorist from real life. His authentic interest helped shape the show's realistic portrayal of the hobby. The series also highlights the charm and patience involved in metal detecting, drawing in viewers with its gentle humor and warmth.
It's the best,
To me,
man.
it's the humor.
So good.
I love the humor in it. It's so dark, and if you just, they're so subtle about it, and I just think it's hilarious.
But I will
So-
say too, like something that really got me. I think it was the last episode of season 2 when Lance, like, just he gets a crappy signal on his CTX.
Yep.
And he just hears horses.
He hears
And
the horses.
Back to the very beginning of the first episode, which is showing
Yep.
what happened in, I think, probably like 900 or 1000 AD. I thought it was like Anglo-Saxon or something. I can't remember what the treasure was, but he got his treasure. And he's like, "Oh, that's a crap signal, mate. Don't dig that." And Lance goes back and digs it. And I think that
Yes.
all of us here can relate to having those really strange moments of,
Mhm.
I know that's something. It's like I almost get kind of
Right.
just a tingle or a buzz when I'm about to dig something good. It's seldom that it happens, but when it does, it's so strange.
I got goosebumps
Yeah.
when I saw that.
Oh,
that
God. I mean,
scene.
like I was
That's
crying a little bit because my viewers know this. I cry at everything. So I was like crying and I got the chills. I'm like, they so get this. They so get this. I love this show,
Yeah.
for so many reasons. But this is the true
Mhm.
experience of a lot. When we find real treasure. I mean, that's exactly kind of what it feels like. So I thought
I think going back to that fun fact where he says, he actually is a detectorist, and how they portrayed that scene where he finds it, he pulls it out, and then everybody just kind of backs off, and he's just like, Don't touch it. What? I can't believe you. Like we've all been in that experience where we just don't even know what to do.
Yeah, like you put your hand.
I know.
Well, I think you were just like you're back and you have like your hands on your knees and you're looking up like.
Right. I think maybe the four of us have done that before, but when Zach finds something incredible, he just takes off running.
Yeah.
I hear the voice shaking.
Yeah, I go run a
I look
5K to run off the excitement whenever I find something cool. So.
He found his gold coin. He took off running in this circle, and it almost made me tear up because I could just see the passion just come through. It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
One of my favorite scenes from that show, and I talk about it all the time, is when, because he was doing, I think it was Andy was doing all the research, or maybe it was Lance, and he went over and he's knocking on the door. He's like, "Look what I found!" Because he's doing this overlay, and he found this Roman mound, like this old burial mound, and he's like, "Oh, look at this!" And there's like this circle outline on the green grass, and he's just like, "You know what that is?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a mound." And then he kind of looked back, and turned out it was the O from Google.
It was
that was awesome.
Google Earth watermark.
Google Earth, yeah, watermark.
Or when he finds the
Google
top
Earth
of a
watermark.
fence post, like, and he thinks that this could be Saxon, this could be, and then they both just look up and the camera pans up to this like wrought iron fence. We've all had our dreams crushed like that all the time.
Such a great show. If those listening, if you guys haven't watched it, you really need to go watch it. It is about metal detecting, but it's also about relationships and life, and I think we all can pretty much relate to it for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to number 5. Question 5. Metal detecting. What is the technique called that is used to locate the exact position of a target before digging it? This is one that I call serving it up to you. I serve this one like a volley. Yes.
I'm even going to count that as a point already.
Softball. What is the technique called that is used to locate the exact position of a target before digging?
Here's another one where it's just a race to see who can type it the fastest.
Yeah, well, they're coming in fast and furious. I can tell you that.
I'll bet.
Everybody got answers? That was
Yes.
One would hope that we all have the answer to this one. If we don't, we should quit.
Tell me what you got. Pinpointing and praying. Pinpointing. Congratulations. 5 across the board. Correct answer is pinpointing. All right, fun fact. Pinpointing with a metal detector refers to the technique of narrowing down the exact location of a buried target. Once the detector signals metal in the ground, the user can switch to a, quote, pinpoint mode or use a handheld pinpointer device to identify the precise spot. This technique saves time during digging and minimizes ground disturbance by allowing for more accurate target location. All right, who got that first? Facebook user. Congratulations, Facebook user. I wish we could identify who that was. Barb over on YouTube.
Well, I can find out who that is probably.
Barb the Dirt Pirate.
Are you broadcasting live? There you are. That's Johnny Hawthorne. Johnny Hawthorne says
Johnny Hawthorne.
pinpoint. There you go.
Nice. Good job, Johnny. Thank you.
Johnny, I can see you on Facebook, but we just can't see you on the YouTube chat. It just comes through as Facebook user. But I'll jump over here on Facebook and was able to see you. There you go.
Okay. Thanks, Ken.
Yep.
We're cruising. All right, guys. What's your scores? Round 5.
I think 3, but how many questions have we asked? 5?
5.
I got 3.
I have 3
Let's
and a
see.
5th.
I got 2.
I think I got 2.
When I get
Exactly
promoted on
three.
number 3.
Of what I got
Yeah,
for
I've got 3.
the Jones, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to say that was a complete loss.
Robert Thompson called it witchcraft.
All right, moving along here. This is one of my favorite ones here. You guys, another softball. Hopefully you get this one. You guys ready? Number 6. Here we go. What island in Nova Scotia is said to contain valuable artifacts and treasures buried deep in the ground? Deep in the ground.
I almost had a brain fart on this one, but
I was about ready to give you to mess up your hair on this one.
yeah, right. Take my point for that too.
I think everybody answered relatively quickly. Zach, you got it?
Got it.
All right. This one's quick. Look at that. All right. Answers. Oak Island, Oak Island, Oak Island. Look at that. 5 for 5 again. Oak Island. Congratulations. All right. Oak Island, a small island off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, has intrigued treasure hunters for over 2 centuries. The legend began in 1795 when 3 boys discovered a mysterious depression in the ground, leading to what became known as the Money Pit. Since then, countless attempts have been made to excavate it, fueled by tales of hidden treasure, pirate gold, and even the Ark of the Covenant. Despite all efforts, the pit remains mostly unexplored due to frequent collapses and flooding, and no major treasure has ever been found.
Johnny Hawthorne said oak, but didn't quite finish typing it. So we're going to...
Well, you did ask what island, so he's just being very specific.
That's true. That's
Take
true.
that oak thing, but
I would
Barbara...
have given him the point for that.
Yeah, I feel like
was the
that
first
show has kind of become a laughing stock for everybody now, because anybody I talk to, they're just like, man, they never find anything. Like,
Yeah.
they think it's such
You
a
gotta keep it going for more and more and more. And
But it's
say,
still
you know,
the most high-rated show of that network.
I
I'm telling
know.
you what, they get more...
They're
Miss
definitely
Keaton.
good at drawing you in. They know how to bring you in.
See, that's
even
why I
though-
don't watch it, because I find watching TV, unless it's like, you know, late at night after dinner, going to bed, to me it's a huge waste of time. So I don't watch a ton of
But
TV.
you're a video maker. You don't watch it in the
Same
feeling
idea.
of watching it
No.
and being like, oh, look how they did that cut. Look how they did that edit.
Right.
Look how they
No,
brought the
because
music in at that time. No.
I've spoken with enough people who have done reality TV to know how many different times they have to like take the shot from a different angle and put the friggin' thing back in the ground and take it from this angle, take it from that angle, and it can be actually, you know, by the time I won't say who it was, but everybody will know who they are if I were to say the names. A very well known person said that every time they would find something in the field and they would be stopped to film it, it would be a 45-minute like escapade of all of the different angles and everything. So it really very quickly I'm like, that doesn't sound like it would all be all that fun.
The higher, I think, I think 2 of us can speak to this, but the higher production is surprising how it all comes together, I guess. Ken and I,
We were on 2 different sets, and boy, they were run completely different in regards to exactly what you just said, Steph.
Yes.
Completely different.
Yeah.
One was completely ridiculous, and the other one was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is the way you do it.
But one was
In a good
successful
way.
and one is not
Right.
as
Yeah.
well.
More to come on that.
All right. Good job, guys. That's 2 for 2 here. That you guys all got them right. So let's move on to slide number 7. This is a tough one. Metal detecting question, but a tough one. Number 7. According to Garrett metal detectors, what frequency does the Garrett Ace Apex Jace Robertson Signature Edition use? What frequencies?
Oh, is this some kind of weird marketing tool? Something to infinity, maybe? I don't know.
No, they're legitimate. I'm not
They're
looking for legitimate frequencies here. According
more
to
than
Garrett
one?
metal detectors, yes. What frequencies does the Ace Apex Jace Robertson Signature Edition use?
Okay.
Man, all you former Garrett hunters have the edge here.
That's right.
Not the Deus users or the Manicore.
Is this one for the old schoolers? Is that what you're saying, Tony?
No. Ace Apex isn't that old.
But Garrett's
not
been
that
around
old.
for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to write down the answer, so I'm going to pull it up real quick. My apologies. All right, I got it here. No, that is not correct. I know that's not correct. My
You have the
apologies.
answers that you know are not correct?
No, I just pulled up one, and I know that's not correct. Oh, what is this? Yeah. I'm feeling pretty stupid here.
They say on the box, whatever it takes.
It's all right. None of us got it right anyways.
No.
All right.
There are too many Mind Lab people in here to get this correct.
That's true, huh? That's true. All right, show your
I have
answers.
a good guess, but it's probably completely wrong.
5 to 40, 4, 7, 12, 20, 40, 8, 12. I'm a Mind Lab guy. Nice. Cindy says 7, 15, 20, quack. All right, I do believe it is 5, 10, 15, 20, simultaneous multi-frequency and salt mode. 6 different frequencies. Yes. Here's a quick fact about Jace Robertson.
Anybody get that right?
Yeah, looking at the live chat here.
Some
5,
people
10,
like
15,
that.
20.
Is that right?
Yeah, Barb got 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yep. SMF and
See, I would think it would be a couple points different from the Equinox. You know what I mean? In the same way that the Legend is a little slightly different. You know, so I don't, that's why I was choosing random frequencies.
Jace Robertson, known
answer
for his
again?
role on Duck Dynasty, is actually a talented chef specializing in wild game cooking. Despite his often rugged outdoorsy image, he's quite skilled in the kitchen and even released a cookbook with his wife Missy called Bless This Food.
I'm laughing because Relic Digger says salt mode is not a frequency.
Well, that's true. It's a mode. All right. Good one.
Yeah.
Touche.
What were the frequencies?
5, 10, 15, 20. And
I know
SMF.
I know some inside information to say what another special talent Jace has. He likes to charge a lot to come on small podcasts.
He does. Yes, he does like
He likes
to
to charge a lot of money to come on small podcasts.
He does. We've reached out to him. We got an answer back, and it wasn't within the budget.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of interesting on that one.
Just like the fact that he had an excavator in his yard for his TV show. That was a great light in the hobby. Sorry, I had to. What the heck? Oh, TV, reality TV. There you go.
It is. It's about TV.
Yeah, that's
all right. We've got a numismatic question here.
Oh, let me get back to
everybody
private.
know their coins.
Okay. Sheesh.
All right.
I know my coins.
I know.
Number 8.
Brown
How
ones
many
and
stars are on the obverse of a Liberty V nickel?
Oh wow.
How many? Stef. Wandering eyes.
Yeah. No, and
No,
I
you
have
got
one
it right there.
I have one within reach, but I can't. I honestly cannot see it for what it's worth.
How many stars are on the obverse?
Yeah, I've got some
of
V-nickels
a
right around the corner right here.
Well,
I don't know if I can.
I think we probably all have B nickels in the room with us right now, so let's try not to look at them.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Mine
Nobody have an
usually-
answer?
I have one really nice one this year with a lot of contrast to it that came out, but my other ones, I mean, you have to really be examining them to see what the heck they are. They're so
they
illustrated.
wear pretty bad.
Like
Poorly.
flashlight on them or something.
I feel like
Yeah,
this
mine are
is
so
wrong.
worn. You know, some of them they don't have any stars, so maybe that counts.
Yeah, I guess depends on how worn they are, huh?
Sometimes it's
All right.
like, all right, does this feel
There's
slightly
some
smaller? Like
nuance here to the
or is
question.
it slightly the right size and thin? You know.
I should have said when minted. How many stars are on the obverse of a Liberty
go.
V nickel? All right, show your answers, guys.
Not so confident, but
13. Cindy says 15. Michael says 13. Zach says 10. The answer is 13.
oh, good. I thought it was going to be a trick question. I was almost going to go Cindy's route and
Go
I was like,
15.
Yeah, I thought it was a trick question too.
Nick from Thin Blue Digger said 13. Good job, Nick. So DK, Steph, and Michael got that one correct. Quick fact about the Liberty nickel. It was minted from 1883 to 1912. Originally had a surprising flaw. Its first version lacked the words cents. Con men quickly took advantage by gold plating the coins to pass them off as $5 gold coins known as racketeer nickels. After this, the
I
U.S.
have
Mint
one
added
in
the word
here.
cents
I have one
to
in
avoid further fraud.
You have a racketeer nickel?
Yeah, I bought one in an antique shop, and it was made into a cufflink, like
Mhm.
And evidently,
Wow.
when I was reading more history on it, that kind of became sort of just a fun, funny thing to do. So it wasn't necessarily meant to be a counterfeit. It actually could have just been, I don't know. I forgot exactly where I was going with that, but I have it somewhere in my room, but I'm reorganizing the relic room as ever. So I don't know exactly where it is. If I
That was a
yours
little,
gold-plated?
But and I think another fun fact, I think I'm correct on this now. I'm going to question myself given my track history tonight, but I believe the same woman who sat for the Morgan Dollar portrait is also on the V nickel. I'm pretty darn sure it was the same model who sat for both coins. So and possibly others as well. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure.
Cindy, what did you ask, Steph?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Was it gold-plated, the one you had
Yeah.
bought?
Yep.
The one you
Mhm.
bought, was it
Wow.
gold-plated?
Yeah, and then
Nice.
even the edge along it, somebody had, like done some zigzags to make it look like, a proper gold coin instead of smooth edge, I guess. So,
Wow.
Interesting. I thought that was a really cool
fact.
fact. I didn't know about that.
to
Go
not
ahead, Ken.
fence on
Another
it.
fun fact: I have never found one. Wah 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 wah.
A V nickel or the gold coin counterfeit?
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone
V-nickel.
found the gold coin.
V nickel. I've never found a V
Oh.
nickel.
That's funny.
You can,
That's
you
my
can
most
find
commonly
those
found
in
nickel, I think.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Say again,
we should
Zach,
be able
I'm
to
sorry?
find.
Yeah, we should be able to. Yeah, just never had my
Oh, so
coil
you,
over
you
it.
can find those in Colorado.
Sure.
Mhm.
Wasn't the
Yes.
where you found your seated? Didn't Jeff find like 5 V nickels
5
right
of
there?
them. Yeah.
Yeah, three or four.
How
Was
did
it
he
that
find
many?
5
Ridiculous.
and I not just get over it?
We went
Yeah,
over
DK
that
goes
spot
from
on.
DK gets sat twice, and then Jeff pulls out like 3 V nickels. That was an insane day.
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Pretty
was
incredible.
Crazy day.
All right, let's go to number 9 here. Actually, you know what? Let's go with the score count. What does everybody have here? Hold it up on your hand so I can see, or your board. It doesn't matter to me. Steph has 4. Ken has 4. Cindy has 4. Zach has 4. Michael?
I think I have 3 or 4. I lost
All right.
count.
All right.
I lost count. I
Well,
didn't
this
do
is
well
good.
last week. How are the people in the live chat doing? Are they keeping track of their own scores?
Probably not. No, you know what? I bet they are. They're
hope they
they're pretty
are, 'cause
competitive
we're
in the
not.
live chat. Let's go to number 9. Actually, before we go to 9, last week we went to overtime. It was Ken and Garrett. We went to overtime. They both had 7 going into after 10 questions. They had 7, and I said I was going to actually create an overtime intro video. I did it, so I'm hoping we go to overtime because I want to show it off.
Oh, actually, was that question 8 that we just did with the V nickel?
Yes.
Question
Oh, okay.
8.
1, 2, 3. I
Well,
got
none of
4.
us are knocking it out of the park.
I got
tonight.
5.
I
I forgot
made-
to write down it number
I
8.
learned a lot from last week. I changed up some ideas here, so it's a little tougher this week. I was bringing on the smart people, so I figured I would really, challenge you. All right, number 9. Treasure hunting. In a 2003 movie, who said, "Not all treasure is silver and gold, mate"? (2003 movie). Who said, "Not all treasure is silver and gold, mate"? I'll give you a bonus if you can name the movie as well.
Oh, wow.
Got any hints?
Yes, it was in 2003. Not all treasure is silver and gold, mate. Everybody have an answer, a guess? Best guess?
Yes.
An answer.
All right. Reveal your answers.
Yeah. I was
Michael
back a
says
little
Jack
further.
Sparrow. Zach, Jack Sparrow. Cindy, Jack Sparrow. Steph's Jack Sparrow. DK. We're going to go 5 for 5. Crocodile Dundee. I see where you would go there.
So Johnny Depp does count, right? Even though it,
Yes.
you did say
So
Cure.
who had Curse of the Black Pearl? I don't think
I
everybody
put
had
Pirates of the
pirates.
Caribbean. I didn't put anything, but I couldn't remember which one it was.
I think that was the series, but the actual movie was Curse of the Black Pearl.
Me and Johnny
But-
are on the same page.
I knew that was the series, and I'm just like, oh my
Yeah.
god, which one? I own all of them, and they're not in this room actually. They're in the next room.
This pretty funny fun fact here. Captain Jack Sparrow, portrayed by Johnny Depp, was inspired by a mix of unique influences. Depp based his character's mannerisms on rock legend Keith Richard and the cartoon skunk Pepe Le Pew. He saw Jack Sparrow as a rock star in a pirate's world, which led to his eccentric, unpredictable, and iconic personality that became a hallmark of the character. Pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. That's what he based it
Such a
on.
good character. So funny.
Oh my gosh. Just
He's
the
something
whole
else.
series.
Yeah,
and
to circle back to something from earlier, Detectorist
Yeah.
Mackenzie Crook was in at least the first movie. That was the one with the false eye.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Fun.
true.
That's where I think I was first introduced to him. I'm like, who's this kooky guy? This guy's just
Yep.
plain funny looking, and he really is.
And I like the character that he played in the Pirates. And then when Detectors came out, I was like, well, I have to watch it for a couple different reasons because I enjoyed him.
yeah.
You know, his quirkiness and his weirdness. He's such an odd person, Mackenzie Crook, but he's just so good. So good.
Yep.
So good.
He's one of a kind, that's for sure.
All right. Number 10. Last question of the regular round. Here we go. Number 10. This 1803 acquisition of territory from France doubled the size of the U.S. What was that called? Finishing out with the history question here. 1803 from France. Steph's studying it way too hard again.
Well, no, I wrote it down, and now I'm second guessing myself. But I think I'm gonna keep my answer.
All right. Michael got an answer?
I got an answer. I don't know if it's the right answer.
All right. I think you got it. Let's do it. Show your answers. Cindy, Louisiana Purchase. Zach, Louisiana Purchase. Michael, Louisiana Hot Sauce Purchase. Louisiana Purchase. Look at that. 5 for 5. Good job, guys.
Woo!
Quick fact about the Louisiana Purchase. The Louisiana Purchase almost doubled the size of the United States, but it happened so quickly that neither the U.S. nor France knew exactly what was included. The borders weren't clearly defined, leading to years of disputes and explorations to determine its actual extent. And Robert Thompson in the live chat got it correct first. Good job, Robert. Whole bunch of people. Louisiana, all the way down.
Got it right.
Yeah. All right. So who have we got? Cindy, Zach. Who all had what? 8 or 9? No, 8.
I don't think I'm gonna
How many do you guys
say
have?
that's-
I got 6.
7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Let's all participate in overtime.
Sudden death.
This
Yeah, let's do overtime.
Oh, Relic Digger, 7 for 10 tonight.
7 for 10. Good job. Good job, Relic Digger. All right, guys. We're going to head to overtime. Let's do this.
To send the game, no way it ends like this, does it? To overtime.
Got ourselves a tie game.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. Win the whole fucking thing.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, guys. Overtime. So this will be a whoever's closest, you can go over. Of course, this isn't Price is Right's rules, but whoever is closest will take home the trophy tonight. You guys ready for overtime? Here we go. In feet, how long was the Spanish shipwreck the Atocha? In feet. And let's do 1 decimal point as well, because we could have people that, answer the same. In feet, how long was the Spanish shipwreck the Atocha? Zach's measuring it in his head right now.
Okay, 5 steps to walk the plank. Okay, it was.
Yes.
I'm sure
And
Garrett knows.
what does this trophy look
Amazing.
like, Tony?
I don't know.
Looks like
It's
that.
being made.
Okay.
It's being made right now. Everybody have an answer in feet with 1 decimal place.
$5,280.
A little smaller.
All right, you guys ready? All right, show your answers. 173.8, 379.2, 299.1, 250, 201.0. Keep them up there. All right, I've got a winner. The real answer, the correct answer, you guys can put them down now. The correct answer came from the chat. The answer is 112.0 feet. DK from Adventures in Dirt wins trivia this week. Congratulations.
Isn't that crazy? 112 feet. Is that
112.
crazy?
You know, I had a lower number written. I'm not kidding. When you saw me like go and scribble something, I had a lower number written, but it wouldn't have won. It was still close to like 200 or something. I think I wrote 179.
Did you get the exact number, Ken?
No. But
Ed did.
As I was thinking about it, right, I was like, okay. When I did that Washington
I'm gonna
D.C.
say,
trip,
man, you know your history.
I visited Yorktown and also Jamestown, and they had replicas of the ships there that kind of came over to Jamestown, and they were small, a lot smaller than I ever would have thought. Very, very small. I was like, how'd they even stay upright on the water? Like, they must have been tossed around like crazy. So, the
And to
Atocha,
think about how much they actually had in, gold and silver too. Talk about that weight inside something that was 112 feet.
I
That's
never would have
crazy.
guessed it was that short. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, DK. I appreciate you guys.
Anyone in
coming
the
on
live
tonight.
chat get it like exactly right? Because then we'll know who
Yeah.
cheated.
I think
Like,
Barb's
we'll
got
Google
112,
it.
right?
I cheated with Google. Oh, there you go. At least he was honest.
He nailed it.
Barb came in at 112 first.
No, Ed had 112 up here.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Way up there. Sorry, Ed.
1,600 feet. Who said that?
Marvin Schaubacker said 86.6. Not too bad.
Yeah.
1,600 feet. There it is.
Let's see. Robert Thompson said 56 per my wife on Google. Let's see. All right. Oh, here's also had Captain Fismer as a guest too. We did touch base on the Atocha, him diving with Mel. But yeah, Ed, we had a question last week, and the answer was Mel Fisher. It was about the Atocha, and we did talk about Captain Fizz passing along this year. So yeah, yep, you are correct.
Perfect.
So anybody getting out this week? Going digging? Anybody? I know
I got
I'm
out
not.
today.
Where did you go? I've got 36 inches of snow.
Yeah, I searched for some lost car keys on a sledding hill.
There you go.
Did you get called out?
Jeff Lupert gave me a call. So they looked up Eureka Treasure Hunters Club. And he sent the text along to me. And
Nice.
I had Mark Cochran come out with me and Greg Lewis. And we looked for a while. And we didn't find it where they said they were sledding. And there's sort of one offshoot that the guy took. But there's a lot of kids on the hill there. So as I headed back to my car and I had my detector swinging, this lady said, are you looking for car keys? I said, yeah, I am. I'm looking for some car keys. And she said, you've been out there a couple hours. I'm like, yeah, I have. And she said, are these your keys? And I was like, oh, well, I don't know what they look like, but probably. So I called the guy right away and asked him, do you have a Chinese coin on your keychain? He's like, yeah, I do. So he came back over because he'd gone to watch the Bronco game. So he came back over, and the guy that found it sledding, and we had a little handoff and everything. It was pretty fun.
Cool.
Nice.
So that was good.
Fun.
Zach, what did you come up with yesterday?
Let's see.
Good?
I came up with 2 fired round balls, and that was all. After about 15 miles of, well, maybe not 15 miles, but many miles of walking the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, happens.
It's there. Steph, when's the last time you got out? You just posted a video not too long ago, right?
Yeah,
You just
and
were
I
out yesterday.
usually do every Monday. I had a couple of short, well, one was 2 months long actually, but a couple short hiatuses this year, just family stuff going on. But yeah, I put out a video this past Monday. I think I have 4 or 5 in the pipeline now. Yesterday, I managed my first pocket watch. It's not very pretty.
Oh, look at that. Cool.
Believe it or not, it took me that
Show
long.
that again.
Hold
Show that again, Steph.
Yeah. So it's
Nice.
not a solid silver bezel. It is plated, unfortunately, but it cleaned up pretty well. So
nice.
No complaints there. I can't see the manufacturer well enough to get a positive idea on that. And then this switch, I was going back and forth on whether this was one of those like 1940s blazer buttons or British Royal Navy, and it's kind of looking like British Royal Navy. It's got a Waterbury back mark that you can't see worth a darn on a on a live stream, but it cleaned up so phenomenally well. So I hope it is indeed.
That's gorgeous.
Steph, what do you clean those with?
That was lemon juice for about 5 minutes, and then a soft toothbrush. So because when I got it home, initially I was going to leave it alone because it was nice and green, and then some gold was coming through. I said that's really pretty. I had one more thing. I had to, unfortunately, I had to clean this all the way because the patina, if you've never dug in New England, now Cindy has, so she knows our soil is terrible. It's not kind at all. And so this had a beautiful green patina, but I had to clean it all the way. It's a 18th century dandy button. Very
Beautiful
fancy.
dandy.
Beautiful.
Edge. Yeah. So I'm glad that it cleaned up the way that it did because I would have been really sad if it didn't. I love finding dandy buttons, and it was one of the only things old in the yard. My friend Patrick found like a nickel-sized, just plain old flat button, and then I found this, and that was the only thing that dated back to the original occupants of the home. So it was a little bit disappointing, but a lot of the soil has been moved around, and with yards, you never know what you're really getting into until you get into the yard and you talk to the property owner, see if they've done any renovations, which they've done several, and added additions on and everything in the 70s. They've been there for like 50 years. So, a lot of soil was moved. Even an original stone wall that went across the property, they moved and then rebuilt somewhere else. So, it wasn't as fruitful.
Yeah, we're really not
Great
feeling
area.
that sorry for you, Steph, because here
Right,
our very oldest is like 1860. I mean, we struggle for 1860s.
Yeah, no, I know. And, it's funny because this past week I got a lot of positive comments on my video because it was a Victorian site. And I never usually go to sites that are that late because I do have the option out here to dig colonial. But I was like, you know what? I need footage. This was several weeks back.
You hear that late, Tony?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Hey,
Cindy.
my town was founded in 1708, but we got here in 1675. It was incorporated in 1708. So that's the age I'm dealing with.
Love it.
So in any case, I've got a lot of opportunities to go old places, but I was kind of in a pinch for footage because again, just had a couple familial things pop up this year, so I didn't get to dig through most of the summer. And as every YouTuber knows, you really should have a backlog if you're a weekly channel, which I am. So I said, okay, well, I know these Victorian cellar holes in the woods will definitely produce. They're just going to be, it's not going to be like big, sexy, awesome relics. It's not going to be colonial stuff that my audience generally watches for. But you know what? I'll give it a shot. And a lot of people loved it because it was relatable items. It was stuff that people all over the United States can dig. So it made me kind of rethink branching out and not doing just colonial, even though that's what I love and that's all I really want to collect. And I have the luxury to do it because I live where I do. It spoke to more people for sure because someone has you
can relate to it.
You can relate to it, exactly. And, I got my most beautiful V-nickel that I've ever dug, and I wasn't complaining about that. I got some other really interesting things. The big, beautiful silver-plated hat pin, like the top of the hat pin, this flower was like this big. I mean, it was just really good stuff. And then I actually filmed another video there a few days ago with just, one thing I really, really wanted to find that I never expected to find there. Just a lot of, the Victorian era offers just such a mixed bag. And it's funny because I think the viewers enjoy when I get stumped because typically I'm like the know-it-all and I give you a history lesson. But when I hit the Victorian era, I'm lost. So there's a lot more audience participation. And I think people kind of enjoyed seeing me a little bit naive. So, so it was a different role for me, different type of site than what I normally do. And it was received well. So I guess I'll branch out a bit more. You'll never see me in a 1900 plus yard, but Victorian, I guess I'll maybe give that a shot a bit more.
Nice.
So,
hey, Steph, Nick from Thin Blue Diggers asked, where can we get one of those shirts? Is that for... they only made 100 of them. So it's not... so you cannot get them anywhere that I'm aware of. There's somebody you can beg at an event, but I don't think she's going to give you one. So nice.
She probably ran out. Names are concealed to protect the innocent. But in any case, it was a limited run of 100. This is actually not an updated one. It has like the old detectors on it. It's got what do we have on here? I know we've got your E-Track somewhere on here, Zach. All right, I don't want to pull it.
You go down.
Slow down.
And lower.
Oh yeah. Oh man,
Manticore on it. It doesn't have. I mean, the newest detector it has on it is Equinox. Actually, no, excuse me. Vanquish is the newest one that's on there. So, they're I would have to imagine they made these like 5 years ago, something like that. When did Vanquish come out? 2019, I want to say. So probably around that time, I'm guessing.
Michael, when's the last time you got out?
Today. It was actually quite a surprise. I was just driving around, a little bored. Beautiful weather after all this snow we've had. Long story short is I just got the courage to go and knock on a door I've been wanting to knock for a while. Really nice homeowners. And there were two kids who just, I'm sure you guys have all been there, where the kids just gravitate towards you and they hang out with you for a while.
Fascinated.
Treasure hunters in the
yard.
yard.
Yes. I loaned them my Vanquish, so I shortened it up and they had a shovel and they went out and had fun. I had fun, found a silver-plated spoon, but not the period I was looking for considering the age of the property, but had a great day and I'm going to go back.
Good.
It's kind of like my day yesterday. We had so much fun and the property owners were amazing, but it was just, I felt like we were in a 1940s yard. I mean, and it's funny, like no one's detected the place for the 50 years this woman's owned it, but my friend who found the oldest coins were Wheaties, and only 2 of them, which is crazy.
Oh, wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, Tony, I will say I didn't find anything this weekend, but y'all's buddy Jeff brought me some good luck last weekend.
Did he? What's going on with that?
You're going to talk about this?
Do
you have a video coming out?
I got it right here. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm for this show and tell, guys.
Did you know about this?
I did, yes.
He's shaking his head like,
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Nice.
have you ever,
You know what that is?
Is that a
of
baby?
course it is, yeah.
Yes.
What is it? Oh.
It is a baby.
That's
Yep. Look
so
at that.
It's
I can't see it.
actually
Is
a
the leg-
box plate.
Okay.
You can see the iron markings
Yeah.
right there. And so quick story behind this one. So this was at, if you know your history, in 1854, the Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed, and Kansas was under, they had to vote to whether Kansas would be a free state or a slave state. So there was a lot of conflict here before the Civil War. And this site, this box plate was actually found at a site. It was basically a free state settlers fort that was trying to protect the area from pro-slavery people coming in from Missouri. And so being close to Fort Leavenworth, they sent federal soldiers there to protect the site. And so this is from what you would call Bleeding, Kansas.
It is.
When they were trying to figure out and vote on whether Kansas would be a free state or a slave state. And this is a certified artifact from that. So
wow,
this was my first ever too. I couldn't believe it.
That's your first plate? Really?
Yeah. It's crazy. Garrett and I have been hunting the Oregon Trail for years, and we never found a plate. Like, even though we've done a lot of sites where you think you'd find that, but then just out of nowhere, this was like almost a foot down in a cornfield.
I believe it. Yeah.
And
now, have you ever? I don't know if you're familiar.
Unbent.
Yeah, you know what? Are you familiar with JP Hunts? He posts a lot on Facebook. Yeah.
So I got in contact with him, and I'm going to do a FaceTime with him soon. I already sent him pictures and stuff, but he said because of how bent up it is, he wasn't sure what he's going to be able to do to it. But I still told him, I'm like, even if
because it doesn't look like the lead survived. So the lead is not on the back of it, or was there no lead to begin with? Is it just
the back?
Oh, okay, so it does have.
You've got lead on there, yeah.
But yeah, I can imagine that would be a difficult job. And he has said before that stamped brass is actually a real pain in the butt. So, but if anyone can do it, he can. So
Yeah.
great guy. I actually, when I had a shoe buckle done by him about 6 months ago, I was on the phone with him for 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Just getting to know each other. I mean, because we knew each other like, through other people, but we're just, acquaintances in the community. And he is just a phenomenal human being. I'm proud to call him a friend. And anything that I find in the future that gets mangled is going straight to JP's house. Like I sent him. I'll actually grab it real quick.
I'm so happy for you, Zach. Seriously, that's incredible.
That's an amazing find. I have one plate personally that I found at these Victorian cellars that I was talking about. It was like 3 inches in the ground. It was an 1874 pattern Eagle bell plate, perfect condition, just missing the pin. It had the hook, but not the long pin, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But I sent this to JP on I think it was April 9th or something, and he got it back on the 14th or 15th. I mean, and this was completely folded over in half on itself and somehow didn't break. And normally open work shoe buckles, you'll find pieces of them and stuff, but not generally complete. And I thought it was so odd that it was still complete, even though something had clearly stepped on it, or just something happened to it agriculturally later on. I don't know. But the point was, the reason I had that particular piece, worked on is it's very hard to find a virgin site out here in Connecticut, especially when, people have tools like one that LiDAR is very, very accessible around here, and people use it to the best of their advantage. And so it's very difficult to find a virgin cellar hole. And I did a lot of research, a lot of hiking, and I found one that was ignored amongst all of these nicer looking cellars, very overgrown. And that was the second shoe buckle that I dug within 10 minutes. So that was the indicator. And it was an inch in the ground. I said, this is the indicator. This is a virgin site. Nobody has been here in 200 years. So I was like, that's, that's a very special thing. And over the last year, I actually managed to find 2 virgin cellars. One of them was filled in. So I managed to find that by actually using old maps and lining it up with where I thought a site might be. Went out, sure as anything, and nobody had been there. I found over 70 buttons, I think 12 large coppers, some interesting relics, but for the most part, it was like buttons, musket balls, and coppers. And so I found to find 2 of those sites in 1 year is actually pretty remarkable out here. when you're on town land and it's accessible to everybody. So yeah, that's why I had that shoe buckle redone, repaired, is because you don't have too many dawning moments of realization like that. So not only is it big and beautiful, and it's one of my favorites that I've found, but it's a great memory because the moment I even called my shot. I said it's a shoe buckle because the signal was so big. It was tracing beautifully on the Manticore. It was a 71, I think. Beautiful, tiny, round dot, but a huge signal. So it's
right in the sweet spot, right on the line, right in the sweet spot. DK.
It was funny. It wasn't an elongated target. When you dig like a crotal bell or shotgun shell is a great example when it's on edge and it's a longer trace. It wasn't. It was a perfectly round circle. And I'm like, this is a really great alloy. Whatever it is, this is fantastic. And it was such a big booming signal. I said, I'm going to call my shot. I think it's a shoe buckle. So I called it in the video, dug it up, and then I thankfully, because he did this so quickly, I was able to include his repair of the shoe buckle in the video. And, it's funny. You'll see him posting shoe buckles now. I think he's done about a half dozen since he did mine, and I posted it all over the place because I was just so impressed with him. So it's cool to see him start to dip into the colonial era since he's mostly a Civil War guy. That's normally what he's commissioned to do. So
he does a great job. I mean, when Zach reached out to me right away, I said JP Hunts. I got him in contact with JP Hunts, and we'll see. I hope that turns out well for you, Zach. I can't wait to see how that all goes. And obviously,
he told me, I sent him pictures, and he said he wanted to do a FaceTime to take a closer look at it. And I told him, even if you have to, whatever you have to do, I trust you, and because I know he said it's going to be a tough one, but I want to get it flattened out so I can get it in a display case. So we'll see what happens.
And so you can see the
Awesome.
other letter too, because it's right now it's obscured. So you're just, I'm sure there's a little bit of just being
funny thing,
just bummed out,
that site where I found it at is like 20 minutes from Jeff's in-laws house. So I think I'm going to see Jeff out here a little more often.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will be.
He's your new good luck charm.
Yep.
That's great.
All right, guys, we're at our hour,
Congrats again
so
to Zach.
Wow,
we're
that
gonna
goes fast.
we're gonna jump off. Yeah, it went fast. I appreciate everybody coming on here tonight. Give me your time. Congratulations to DK for winning the overtime question, guys. And everybody else listening live and on the replay. Appreciate you guys hanging out, showing the support. We're here every Sunday for trivia with 5280. I'd love to have you guys join me. Come on and play along with us. And what a riot. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for coming on.